Hey guys, what's going on? MaxFTE here, and today I'm here with a topic video. Now, as you may know, school has started back up for me, and basically this year my school is doing something different. Now, because this is the exams year, and we have to choose less subjects, but we get more of that subject, the way things worked out, we actually get 2 free periods Friday afternoon. Now, when I first heard this, I was like, yes, I'm going to be able to do whatever I want on Friday afternoons. However, I wasn't happy for that long because I was told, well, the whole of our year was told that we are going to get a choice of like 8 different things that we get to do that will fill up the Friday afternoon. So these things would include like cooking on your bike, Duke of Edinburgh, volunteering, and basically just stuff like that. And I chose cooking because I actually don't mind cooking, even though I'm actually quite good at cooking. I'm not gonna lie. However, so basically, what happened was, I pretty much got into a huge load of trouble. Now, the Friday afternoon, lunch had just ended, so I grabbed my bag and I started walking to the home economics department because that's where the cooking takes place. That's where the magic happens. Um, I open the door, I walk in, and there's already a few folk there. Not everyone, but obviously there's probably about half the class. And so they have the way that it is. There's like 4 different is well, it's hard to explain, but the teacher asked us to all gather around one of the desks. The desks are like pretty big. There's enough room for like 4 people to cook there. So we all gathered around, and there's like 15 of us in that class. So she was explaining to us about what we were going to be doing today. And then I looked down to my left, and I was right beside one of the cookers, and then I looked at it, and it was absolutely disgusting. So I pointed this out to the teacher. I was like, do you not think you could have cleaned the cookers before we came in here? And she was like, we aren't going to be using the cookers, so that's pretty irrelevant. That's what you mean. That's what I say. So yeah, she said that was pretty irrelevant because apparently we weren't going to be using them, and I was just like, yeah, but it doesn't really matter. It's still pretty unhealthy, unhygienic just to have minging cookers, and she wasn't having any of it. She was like, if you've got something to say about the equipment in this school, you can go and tell, for anonymous sake, let's say Mrs. Doogleberry. So if you've got a problem with the school equipment, you can go and tell Mrs. Doogleberry, because it's none of my concern if you don't like the equipment. And I was like, well, you're gonna send me to Mrs. Doogleberry for saying the cooker's disgusting. That's not really a valid reason. So the teacher we had, she's kinda stupid. She gets taken advantage of. Well, not really taken advantage of, but she cannot keep a class in control. So she kind of makes rash decisions. So she phoned up Mrs. Doogleberry, and like 5 minutes later, the class was getting a ring again from the phone in the actual classroom, and it was Mrs. Doogleberry saying to send Max to her office. And Mrs. Doogleberry is a girl, if you couldn't tell. And so I went to her office, and she's like, so Max, explain to me why you're here. And I was like, well, I said that the cooker wasn't that clean in home economics. And she was like, well, that's pretty why can't I say irrelevant? What the turds? That's pretty I'm so done with life. That doesn't really matter. Mainly because apparently you weren't going to be using the cooker this period. And I was like, well, it doesn't matter because they're still pretty disgusting. And she was like, right, what you're saying is irrelevant because Mrs. Sampson, Mrs. Sampson has been all ragged up because the other home economics teacher has been off for like 2 weeks, and she's trying to control all of the classes that do home economics, and couldn't really give a crap if she was all ragged up or not. It's not that much bother to get your class to clean up afterwards, is it? So Mrs. Doogleberry, she actually made me write a letter of apology for saying that the cooker was dirty, and I was like, sorry, why do I have to write this? And apparently I was being cheeky to her, and in my opinion I kind of was, to be honest. However, I didn't really care, and I wrote the letter of apology, and she actually made me stay there for 2 whole periods, all of the time that we were cooking that day. um and I was really annoyed, so I was just getting really cheeky with her. Like, not in a bad way, but in a kind of being really sarcastic. And so she phoned up the maths department. She asked who my teacher was, and I said, Mr. 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 Turd Burglar. And she called up Mrs. Turd Burglar, and she got me some work to do. So I had to do that for literally 2 whole hours, and I was really annoyed. I told my mum and I told my dad, and they didn't really care. And then after school, I went for a haircut, and I got a Snorlax on Pokemon Go. So I was overall happy with that day after school. I didn't really care too much about the cooker incident. And yeah, if you want me to do more topics like this, I probably will. If you just want me to do pixel gun videos and you don't really care about this, then I'll do that as well. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya. Peace.